Chapter 1 Introduction. Hello and welcome to our Projection 3D video tutorial. Okay, let's start. First things first, let's check out the top menu. Now, in the top menu you'll see a Minimize button, Info panel, Modeling tools, and Primitives. Now let's go ahead and create some primitives. As you can see, the world center of Projection 3D is 0, 0, 0, which is a sort of standard for 3D programs. Now, to move the object to the center of the composition, press Find Camera button. Alright. Please notice that a plane primitive has a generation position effect for positioning in 3D space. Transform properties. Position. Reset position to 0. Rotation. Reset to 0. Scale. Repositioning 3D anchor point. Now I guess everything is more or less clear at this point. You can switch to wireframe mode by pressing the wireframe button. Hover scrub on and off. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory here. It turns on and off the hover scrub. Generate position. You can generate a transparent plane from the bounding box of selected object. Now, you can generate position from a plane and create a null object. Or you can copy the position and paste it on the object. Helper grid. The grid forms a cube. You can show or hide whichever side you want. You can also create plane surfaces by using helper grid properties. Okay, now that you know the basic properties, let's move on to the next lesson. Chapter 2. Modeling Tools. Let's start with Extrude tool. First of all, create a new solid and camera. And draw a mask. Then, select the mask and open the Extrude tool. If you don't want to use the world center, you can check the box Use Comp Center. To create a back face, tick Back. Alright. You can set the extrusion depth here. Okay, now let's extrude the circle. Oops. That's not what we want. For proper extrusion, you need to make a linear circle. And increase the number of vertices to get a smoother circle. And we're done. Extrusion in practice. So, we have a base scene with a room image. Add the camera and find the right position. Press Create Projection button. Add a new solid. And start masking out the farther wall of the room. Add the desired depth, then click back and press Extrude. To find the proper position of the room, create a plane primitive and generate position. To make things more convenient, activate the wireframe mode. You can also press this button to display hidden layers and turn off the grid so that it's not in the way. Adjust the model. Great! Now you can move the camera and see the result. By switching the camera to the custom view 1, you can clearly see the geometry that we've created. Mask Modeler. Okay, create two masks and open the Mask Modeler tool. Select the masks and click Create Surface. The object is ready. Okay, change the position of the vertices and press Create Surface again. Alright. Attention! Keep in mind that the number of vertices of all the masks must be the same. This way, the plugin will correspond correctly when creating faces. Here in the total amount of extrusion depth. If you're creating a new surface, start from scratch. You can select all the pieces of the surface and group them into one object. Another example. Remember, the number of vertices of all the masks must be the same. Okay, now let's make it a little more intricate. Create 5 masks. And start modeling the surface. Gradually reduce the amount of extrusion depth. And we're done. Great! difference between triangular and quadrangular faces. Mask Modeler and Practice. Here we have a base scene with a mountain image. Create a new solid, close the eyeball, and start masking the outlines of the mountain. Now change the mask color to make it more visible. Duplicate the mask by pressing Ctrl D. Drag the mask 2 down and start aligning it with the slopes of the mountain. Duplicate the mask 2 and repeat the same steps with mask 3. Select all masks and create a surface. All right. I will now show how the Mask Modeler works. So if you do not understand how I projected the image on the created model, make sure you check out the Chapter 3 tutorial, Creating a Projection. Okay, add a plane surface as the background, and the animation is ready. Revolve. Create a new solid and mask. Open Revolve tool. Press Revolve. Notice how you can reduce or increase the amount of segments. Wireframe mode. Another example. You can reduce the rotation degree by removing segments. Now let's try to make a model of the bottle, like the one you see in the picture. Let's create the mask. Enter the number of segments and press Revolve. And the model is now ready. Revolve and practice. Here we have a model of a bottle that has been modified by means of the Revolve tool. Here's our background. This is the projection bottle model. Check out the animation. Bend. Open the Bend tool. Set the number of segments and rotation degree. Okay, you are now ready to create projections.